Green Valley International School. Let us join hands to empower the future of nation.
Now, second point is exchange of goods and services. Second point is, or second characteristics of business is exchange of goods and services. First of all, what is the difference between goods and services? Goods which are tangible, means which are in physical form. Physical form or which are tangible means which can be seen or touched. Seen or touch. For example, watch, toys, any other product which can be seen or touched, which are tangible. Such things are called goods, and services which are intangible. Intangible means which cannot be seen or touched. Which cannot be seen or touched. For example, right now I am teaching. So teaching services, this services cannot be seen or touched. Only we can feel. Doctors are treating their patients. That is services which cannot be seen or touched. Only it can feel. So this is the difference between goods and services. So in business, various types of goods and services are produced by businessmen. They are converting raw material into finished goods. And supplying it to, means whatever finished goods they had produced, those finished goods are supplied to market. Why? For the fulfillment of consumers' requirement. So business units are involved in converting raw material into finished goods and supplying it to market and fulfilling the consumer's requirement, or they are satisfying the consumer's requirement. Means business units are, beside goods, they are also providing different types of services. Many service sectors, many units are involved in order to promote business. For example, transportations are providing different types of trucks, delivery van, in order to take the goods from the production area to the market area. Beside this, one example we have taken transportation, another is insurance companies. They are providing security, money security to these different business units. If there is some loss incurred in their business, they are compensating that loss. That is insurance company. Then banking sectors, they are providing loan, other types of credit facilities to business so that they can grow itself in a faster way. But different types of service units are involved in order to promote business. So in business, goods and services are exchanged against money. In business units, goods and services are exchanged against money means business units are producing goods and selling it to market for fulfilling the consumer's requirement, and in return they are earning money, or we can say they are earning profit. This is second point, exchange of goods and services. Third point is risk and uncertainties. Risk and uncertainties. Business is full of risk and uncertainties. It is full of risk and uncertainties means sometimes they may earn a profit, or sometimes they have to face loss. Reason, due to risk and uncertainties, profit is not certain. So due to risk and uncertainties, This is not certain, this is not sure that every year we will earn a profit. Sometimes business unit has to face losses also. And these risks and uncertainties may be man-made risk and natural risk. And these risks may affect the business adversely. Adversely means negatively. So there are different types of risk: man-made risk, natural risk. These risks, due to such risk, business may be affected negatively or adversely. Means business is completely full of risk and uncertainties, and such risk and uncertainties bring sometimes huge loss, sometimes low profit. Means profit is not sure, not certain in business. Reason why it is not certain? Due to risk and uncertainties. And such risk and uncertainties may arise either due to man-made risk or due to natural risk. Man-made risks are those risks which are related with human being, like strike of employees, negligence in duties. These are the theft. These are man-made risks. Any accident between truck and car, bad handling of goods, means carelessness of human being. These are man-made risk. Natural risk, we all know: earthquake, flood, heavy rainfall, storm, tsunami. These are natural risk. So due to such risk and uncertainties, and another point, important point, we cannot say anything surely about such risk, that this risk is going to become in future or not. Anytime any kind of risk arises, and it may hit the business negatively or badly. So we cannot say anything with sure or surety that such risk will not come into the business or come into the business. Means these are uncertain, and because these are uncertain, that's why our profit also remains uncertain. And sometimes business unit has to face huge loss into the business due to such risk. Presently, every business units are affected negatively due to coronavirus disease pandemic. So we can say that risk and uncertainties are uncertain. Human beings cannot say with surely about this risk and uncertainties because these are uncertain, and that's why as a result business profit is also remain uncertain. Means not sure that we will earn same profit or huge profit in the next year. But on the contrary, sometimes business has to face a huge loss due to such risk and uncertainties. These risk and uncertainties are divided into two categories: man-made risk and natural risk. Man-made risk like strike of employees, negligence, carelessness of human being, theft, fire. These are man-made risks. It can be controlled by taking preventive steps. Natural risks are those risks which cannot be controlled by human being. We have no control over it. Like heavy rainfall, storm, hailstorm, tsunami, earthquake. These are natural risks on which human beings has no control. So business is business is full of risk and uncertainties. Due to risk and uncertainties, sometimes they will earn low profit. Sometimes they have to face huge losses. But in the same point, if business units are efficient, if they are handling those risks and uncertainties in a clever way, they are able to handle all these risks and uncertainties in a tactical way, then it may be possible that such risk and uncertainties can be converted into a big opportunity, and business unit can earn a huge profit also. If they are able to handle, they are able to read such risk and uncertainties in advance. For example, if government is going to change some policies, this is also man-made risk. Government policies. Competitors' policies. These are all man-made risk. Competitors' policy. If business units are efficient one, if they are able to read or observe what will be the impact of government policies on our business, if they are able to read such effect in advance, they are able to observe, they are able to understand the negative effects or positive effects of government policies, because governments are introducing different types of policies time to time. So what will be the effect of such policies on our business? If business units are able to read those policies, those situations in advance, and they are able to prepare some policies in order to face such policies, then they can earn huge profit also. In the same way, competitors are also making different types of policies. If business units are able to read the policies of their competitors, of their rivals in advance carefully, then it may be possible that they can take preventive steps in advance, and as a result, such risk can be converted into a big opportunity and they can earn huge profit. But it depends upon the efficiency of business unit, it depends upon the efficiency of owner. So, but we all know that risk and uncertainty is always involved in business, and it may either give a huge profit and business unit has to face a huge loss. Third point, risk and uncertainty is completed. Fourth point is creation of utility. Creation of utility. Now, what is creation of? First of all, what is the meaning of utility? Utility means satisfaction power. If any goods has satisfaction power. Satisfaction power here means if any goods provide satisfaction, if goods has the quality to provide satisfaction to the individual, satisfaction power to the individual, then that satisfaction power is called utility. Utility. For example, I am taking the example of wood. WOOD, wood. Wood is not useful for us. Useful for us means in our daily life we are not using wood. Means it does not have satisfaction power for us. But some individuals, for example, poor family or very poor family, they are using wood as a fuel. Means this wood is not satisfying our requirements. It does not have satisfaction power for us. But for a poor family or very poor family, it works as a fuel. Means it provides satisfaction for poor family. In that case, it has utility. For poor family, it has utility because wood is used as a fuel in poor family or very poor family. In that case, we can say it has utility. But so far as we are concerned, we are not using wood as a fuel. We are using gas cylinder. We have gas connection as a fuel. That's why we can say, in our case, we can say wood has no utility. Means it has no satisfaction power. So any goods, any things which has satisfaction power, which can provide satisfaction to the individual, such goods we can say for such goods that it has utility. If they do not have power to provide satisfaction to the individual, then we can say that it does not have utility. So utility means satisfaction power which satisfy human beings in any way. Now business units. How business units are creating utility? So first of all, utility is of three types. Form utility. Second, place utility. And third one is time utility. So our question is how business unit create utility. So before that, utility is of three types. By explaining these 3 points, we can understand that how business units creates utility. First of all, form utility. Form, F-O-R-M, form utility. Form utility means when raw material is converted into finished goods. Is called form utility. Means we are giving a new shape, new form to this raw material. For example, again same example, we are taking wood. For us, wood has no utility. Means it cannot provide any kind of satisfaction to us. But when the same wood is converted into furniture, sofa set, chairs, then this furniture, this sofa set, chairs are useful for us. In our daily life, we are using furnitures. So it provides satisfaction. Now furniture is providing satisfaction. So business units are converting raw material like converting wood into furniture and providing furniture to customer and fulfill their requirement. This is called farm utility. So every raw material is converted into finished goods by whom? By business units. So business units creates farm utility and fulfill the customers or individuals requirement. Second one is place utility. Now what is place utility? We all know that production does not place everywhere. Production is taking place at a particular place. Means, for example, in factory, suppose factory is situated in Surat. They are converting raw material in Surat. Different types of services or business are established, different types of business. So they are converting raw material into finished goods and providing all these goods, all these finished goods to different places of country. This is called place utility. When production take place at a particular place, for example Surat, and it will be supplied to different markets in order to satisfy customers' satisfaction, different places. That is called place utility. But how they are supplied? Supplied through different services, with the help of different services. For example, with the help of transportation, modes of transportation. Different modes of transportation are used. In some goods, ships are used. In some road transport are used. In some waterways are used. So different, with the help of different modes of transportation, production unit, business units are producing goods and supplying it to different consumers at different places in order to satisfy customers' requirement. This is called place utility. Means when production takes place at a particular place and supplied to different places in order to satisfy individuals or human beings requirement, individuals requirement. So when production take place at a particular place, in our example I have taken the name of Surat. In Surat, various industries are established. In those industries, raw material is converted into finished goods, means farm utility is created. After that produced goods are supplied to different parts of country so that consumers can or individuals can avail those goods and fulfill their requirements. That is called place utility. Now third one is business unit also creating time utility. Now what is time utility? Every goods, every commodities are not produced throughout the year. For example, sugar. Sugar is not produced throughout the year. It is produced in a particular month, in a particular time period, and then it is supplied throughout the year. Means production take place for a particular time period, and then it is supplied throughout the year for few months, for 3-4 months sugar is produced, and after that whatever stock we have, out of that stock it is supplied throughout the year. It fills the time gap between the production and consumption. Time utility means utility which fills the gap between production and consumption. So sugar is not produced every year, every time. It is produced in a particular time period and then it is supplied throughout the year. Similarly, woolen clothes are produced in a particular time period and then it is supplied when winter comes. So business units fulfills the form utility, place utility, and time utility. Time utility means again utility which fills satisfaction, which fills the gap between production and consumption. Means production take place at a particular point of time during a particular period, and it is supplied throughout the year for the individuals, for the fulfillment of the individuals. These are the different types of utility which are created by, which are provided by business units. So utility is of different types: form utility, place utility, time utility. Form utility means conversion of raw material into finished goods. Means we are giving a new shape to raw materials, new form to raw materials. That is why it is called form utility. Place utility, when production take place at a particular place, means we can say in factory, and then it is supplied from factory to different parts of country to fulfill the requirements of human being. That is called place utility. But supplied means supplied with the help of different modes of transportation. Time utility means it fills the gap between the production and the consumption, because production and consumption does not take place at the same time. It is not possible. When goods are produced, we cannot consume it. After production, we can consume it. So once production take place, after that it is supplied to different parts of country. Then when such goods are available to us, only then we can consume it. So it fills the gap between the production and consumption. So these are the different types of utilities which are created by business unit. And one more point we are doing, because 5 points are enough for 5-mark question. An easy point I am taking, that is requirement of money. Fifth point, requirement of money. So any 5 points you can do. I think in your textbook 7 points are given. Out of those 7 points, you can explain any 5 points. You can understand any 5 points. Now fifth point is requirement of money. We all know money is, once again, money is most important part of business unit, most important element of business unit. Without money, we cannot think about business. First, we cannot think about business. Means we cannot think about business means we cannot think about the establishment of business, its expansion. We cannot think about business without money. Without money, we cannot expand our business. We cannot expand our business. And if we take we take positive approach, then we can say that money helps in expanding our business. Money helps in expansion of business. Expansion of business. First point, with the help of money, we are able to bring modernization in business. Modernization of business is possible only due to money. If we have money, then we can bring modernization in our business. Modernization means new types of cabin, office, new types of furniture, new types of equipments we can purchase for our business. Third, if we have money or money fulfills, money helps in bringing new technology into the business. New technology. Every business unit or any business unit are able to adopt new technology only when they have sufficient fund. New technology can be adopted. Fourth, with the help of money, business units are able to face risk and uncertainties. So money helps business unit to face risk and uncertainties. Fifth, any other point which is important regarding in each and every activity, money is needed. In each and every activity, money is needed. For example, if we have to purchase raw material, we need money. If we have to convert raw material into finished goods, we need machine, and for purchasing machine, we need money. Then the laborers who are converting raw material into finished goods, we have to make payment in the form of wages. Wages, again money. Then for selling the goods, we need modes of transportation, and we again, in order to make payment, we need money. So each and every activity involved money. Then another point, any other point? Due to money or with the help of money, business units are able to fulfill business responsibility. Due to money, business units are able to fulfill business responsibility. What is business responsibilities? To pay the tax to government on time, to provide quality products at reasonable price to customer, and for producing goods, or we can say for producing quality goods, they need money. Next, to make payment to creditors from whom they have purchased goods on credit. So for payment means payment in the form of money. Then if they have taken loan from bank, they need to repay the loan, or they need to pay the interest regularly. These are all business responsibilities. To assist government by providing some contribution out of their profit. Contribution out of their profit means they are contributing money to government. These are important points in which money is needed. Money is required for the expansion of business. Money is required for modernization and modification in business. If new technology is to be adopted, then also business units are supposed to need money. Then with the help of money, they are able to face risk and uncertainties in each and every activity of business, right from the beginning of the business, right from the establishment of the business till the closure of the business. Money is needed, and money helps business unit to fulfill the business responsibilities. There are different types of business responsibilities which business has to fulfill. For example, to provide quality products at a reasonable price, to make payment of tax honestly to the government, make payment of loan to the bank or to any financial institution from whom they have taken loan. Then on that loan, they need to pay interest regularly. They need to make payment to those suppliers from whom they are purchasing goods on credit. So in all types of activities, there is requirement of money. So in business, money is required at the highest level. Means money takes place as a most important element in business, because due to money, business is possible right from the establishment till its closure. So these are all characteristics of business. So total 5 points we have completed. First we have done, again once again only points I am writing. This topic is completed. First point we have done, objective of profit. Objective of profit we have completed. Then second we have completed risk and uncertainties. Risk and uncertainties. Then third point we have completed requirement of money. Fourth point we have completed exchange of goods and services. Goods and services. And fifth point we have completed creation of utility. The first topic is completed, meaning of business and characteristics of business. Till then, goodbye.